I would like to recap with you something that we mentioned yesterday in Shir. It's based on the Gemara in Yuma Pei Vav. And it basically gives us the following message. That our personal growth is not complete if our personal growth is just about us. So I could love Hashem, I can be a person who's engaged in the world, I could be keeping all the halachas in the world, and that's only part of the equation. Because as well, what we want is that I can be a dugma, and the extent of my dugma, the extent of my spiritual levels and the levels of the way I live my life, I want to allow that to impact others. That others could look at me and say, that's choshev, that's special. So when a person's living their lives and it's just about them, and we sometimes hear, don't care what people think. It's true, there needs to be an element of our lives where we don't care about what people think. However, the Gemara says to us, there needs to be an element of our lives where we do care what people think. We have this saying of Shem Tov, that we want to have a Shem Tov. We want to live a life that is impactful and inspirational, that people look at us and when they mention our name, they smile, they feel good. And this is what the Gemara is saying in Gemara Yuma, that a person looks at us and they say, that's special, that guy's a good guy. That guy's a good guy. And the greatest way of communicating anything is by living it. When you can live it and you can mamash be fully committed to living a certain way, on living with certain standards, and you're sincere and you're transparent and you're authentic and you're resilient, what happens is people look at you and they say they want a bit of that. They become inspired. So the greatest form of inspiration is sometimes not doing anything but living. The greatest form of impacting is by being you to the greatest extent you can, in the most honest and authentic way, that someone looks at you and says, wow. And this is something I think that we should think about, reflect upon. Am I living a life that people would look at me and say, wow? Am I living a life that people would walk away from an interaction and they feel that little bit more inspired? They're left with better memories. They're left with a good experience. That's a question I think we have to ask, especially in this day and age, when so many people are stuck within their own heads, living their own hashkafas, and it's all about, this is how it should be. But really, what's Yiddishkeit? To be Tzelem Elokim is to live a life where you shine and you don't have to say anything. It's true, it takes practice, patience and effort. But I believe if we have this Gemara in our mind, that I walk around with a mindset that, how am I leaving others with good memories and good experiences? One thing I learned from Rabbi Singer, leave others with good memories and good experiences. Leave the place that you are in at least the same or better than it was before you got there. Be that person that you're always being watched. Be that person that I can look at you and I can walk around and go, geez, that's good stuff. So Be'ezras Hashem, mamash, let's think about that, let's play around with that, experiment and experience, have that on our consciousness, and let's remind ourselves this over the next couple of days.